Live from our studios on Karaba Avenue, this is the QTV Nightly News with me, Jules Denjai. Thank you very much for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. The National Environment Agency, NEA, and partners on Tuesday belatedly commemorated World Environment Day to raise awareness and action to protect the environment. At the World Day Against Human Trafficking commemoration today, Tuesday, stakeholders renewed their commitment and intensified calls for more support for victims of human trafficking. And the Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, on Monday held a press conference to announce the launch of its advanced travel smart card, the Tamocard. The Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force, Cadet ASP Modu Musa Sisaho, provided an update about the recent arrest of suspects during night community patrols and an assault on a police officer by a van driver. In international news, in the face of numerous conflicts around the world, today, the 30th of July, is International Day of Friendship, set aside to inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Jules Denyai. And now, the National Environment Agency, NEA, and partners on Tuesday belatedly commemorated World Environment Day to raise awareness and action for the protection of the environment. Lamin Alaji Funding Dabo tells us more.
The commemoration began with a march past from the Youth Monument at Westfield to the National Environment Agency's office in Canifing. In the face of heightened environmental degradation, the theme for this year's commemoration, Our Land, Our Future, We Are Generation Restoration. For decades, many volunteers have been raising awareness on how our environment has been depleted due to human factors such as illegal logging, pollution, overfishing, and bushfires. Sheikh Alkinki Sanyang is the Senior Program Officer on Environmental Education and Communication.
Every day is an environment day. Every day is calling for actions from all of us. And no action is small, be local or otherwise.
Officials of the NEA reminded the public of the laws on the protection of the environment and emphasized that the agency will not relent in implementing those laws. Dr. Dauda Baji is the Executive Director of the National Environment Agency.
In collaboration with local municipalities and area councils, and that we have been doing over the past years since the existence of the National Environment Agency. Therefore, the government of the Gambia called for attitudinal change while putting all hands on deck, and that is very, very important. We have to change our attitude as a people. If you don't change our attitude, it will be difficult for us to address the environment the way we want it. And all of us are a culprit in that. When we are walking in the street, if you drink, you eat your ebe, you eat whatever, you throw it outside, expecting that the municipality have to come and clear it. So those kind of attitudes are things that we have to inculcate, and I'm very pleased to see the young, what we call them, Catch Them Young initiative. You have young people who are here, as one of the speakers mentioned, we are working on this environment, but the future is you people. So it is important for you to learn from now.
Rohi John Manjang, the Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, calls on the public to combat climate change and preserve our environment.
Let us continue to work together. With determination, we can and we will protect and restore our precious land. It affects all of us together. We are all feeling the heat together. It's affecting our agriculture, it's affecting our livelihoods, it's affecting our homes, it's affecting our schools, it's affecting our education, it's affecting our health, it's affecting all parts of life. Therefore, we need collective actions.
Fatima M. Fatajo, a student from Bakote Proper Lower Basic School, Samba Kamara from Old Josuan Lower Basic School, and Aissatou Ndao from Sukuta Lower Basic School all described the event as educative and gave assurance that they will share the knowledge gained from the commemoration with their fellow students and in their communities. For QTV News, I am Lamin Alai Fandindabo.
Now, at the World Day Against Human Trafficking commemoration organized by the National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons, NATIP, stakeholders renewed their commitment and intensified calls for more support for victims of human trafficking. And Sumane Sonyasi was there and he now reports.
The theme for this year's celebration, Leave No Child Behind in the Fight Against Human Trafficking, seeks to remind everyone of the need for greater attention to be paid to child victims of human trafficking. At this long day commemoration, which featured speeches, panel discussions and artistry, several speakers including Executive Director of NATIP, Aissatou Dabo, and the U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia, Sharon L. Cromer, shared alarming research data on the number of children trafficked annually and the need for urgent action to address human trafficking. And while they reaffirm their commitment to supporting national efforts, they advocate for more stakeholder collaboration.
Over the years, the Gambia has developed a series of policies on child protection and has equally passed laws aimed at safeguarding the rights of every child, including child victims of trafficking. You will agree with me that a legal framework in addressing any social menace is not the end point. In respect of trafficking in persons, the setting up of the National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons, NATIP, mandated to combat trafficking in persons, and the work it does in the protection of children against trafficking in persons continues to facilitate and provide services for the most vulnerable.
Gambia's success in achieving and maintaining its Tier 2 status is due to the collaborative efforts of the Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, UN agencies, CSOs, and NATIP. This multi-sector collaboration is central to Gambia's success in fighting TIP.
Speaking earlier, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dauda A. Jallow, commended NATIP and partners such as the U.S. Embassy for their support to government's drive in dealing with human trafficking. And while he acknowledges the country's achievements in rising to Tier 2 of the Human Trafficking Index as major milestone, he stresses government commitment to the fight against human trafficking. Meanwhile, Carl Frederick Paul, the UN resident coordinator, also spoke highly of the Gambia's efforts through the enactment of key legislation, which he says indicates a strong commitment.
In the past 3 assessments period, the Gambia has maintained a Tier 2 ranking. I always state that the goal is to get to Tier 1. This requires huge commitments and resource allocation, but we are prepared for the challenges and success that lie ahead.
We call for united acceleration of efforts towards a human right-based approach in combating trafficking, including putting human rights at the core of anti-trafficking efforts, such as providing quality education and life skills that helps children, particularly girls, protect themselves from traffickers and gain better future opportunities.
Following the speeches, there were panel discussions featuring representatives from child-friendly organizations and CSOs, and reintegration packages were presented to victims of human trafficking and cast to winners of the spoken word and drama competition. Human trafficking remains a major challenge across the world. However, with more awareness-raising programs, stakeholders hope to prevent more people from becoming victims. Ansmane Sonyasi for Qtv News.
Now, the Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, on Monday held a press conference to announce the upcoming launch of its advanced travel smart card, the TAMO card, which is set to revolutionize and improve the experience for passengers. Lena E. Iguenyiba tells us more.
After weeks of educating various communities on the usage and benefits of its new travel smart card, the TAMO card, derived from the Mandinka word for travel, GTSC is set to officially launch the card on Wednesday, July 31st. CD Kani, General Manager of GTSC, emphasized the numerous benefits that the new technology will offer to passengers.
The TAMO card is our digital travel card meant for our esteemed passengers. This is a digital card preloaded with cash and can be used to pay transport fares by tapping it on validators that are fixed on our buses. The card is meant to provide convenience, security, financial flexibility during travel, minimizing the risk and hassle associated with handling cash, and simplifying transactions on board our buses. The introduction of this technology has come at the right time because it will enhance digitalization efforts by GTSC in a bid to maximize our revenue collection capacity.
Mr. Kanye also discussed the security measures in place and called for public cooperation and collaboration.
In the event the card is lost or stolen or damaged, the card holder still maintains whatever balance is in the card through the replacement card. So there is no risk of losing the card, losing your money. It will also empower our women who are involved in agriculture and gardening and businesses to load the required amount of cash in their cards to prevent loss or theft, especially during busy hours. This is especially so in the case of our hardworking women during Lumo days across the country. To conclude, we invite all our business partners, the banks, microfinance institutions, foreign exchange bureaus, as well as cell phone companies to come on board to tap from the numerous benefits from this innovation.
Travel smart cards are common in most developed countries, and Salum Balo, the GTSC board chairman, highlighted that the launch of this card signifies the Gambia's embrace of technological advancements.
Tamo card, what you call Tamo card, is a replica of the Oyster card in UK. And what I want to share with you today, every country is in competition. And certainly, if you lag behind, it affects you in totality. Some things you do, you don't do for yourself. You do to get the spillover effects. That's why GTSC has to go beyond, the limit to make sure this is happening.
As part of the digital transformation initiative, the media were taken on a demonstration ride from the GTSC depot in Carnifin to Banjul and back, giving participants a first-hand experience of using the Tamo card. The innovative card enables passengers to tap in and out of vehicles seamlessly, with fares automatically deducted based on usage. The Tamo cards are available at all GTSC stations. Reporting for Qtv News, I am Lena Iiguanyiba.
The report there will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have some more local and international news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to U.S. Embassy Banjul's New American Corner. We are located in Fajara, next to the Tropic Garden Hotel. Our center offers enhanced services to the public at no cost. It features a computer-equipped lab for educational purposes, as well as a venue for hosting academic events, all available for free. The center is also home to the Embassy's podcast studio, providing a platform for our partners to engage in discussions on our shared interest. Visit our New American Corner today and embark on a journey of collaboration. U.S. Embassy Banjul is here for the Gambian people.
You want a place where your kids would partake in out-of-box learning? Physical, stimulating activities, fun and socially interactive games? Well then, the only place to take your children is the QCity Kids Summer Camp 2024. It's a 6-week camp with interesting activities such as outdoor adventures, health and fitness, arts and craft, sports spectacular, water fun and safety, cooking lessons and dancing lessons. Prices: daily $200 Cs only, weekly $900 Cs, full package $5,000 Cs, daily snacks and lunch packages $350 Cs only. QCity Leisure Complex is situated at Bigelow Turntable. Contact our front desk at 3372-489 or 50-62-713. QCity Kids Summer Camp 2024, the only place to bring your kids.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is Qtv News, and now to the rest of our stories. The Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force, Cadet ASP Modu Musa Sisaho, provided an update on Tuesday about the recent arrest of suspects during night community patrols and an assault on a police officer by a van driver. Lena Iiguenyiba tells us more.
According to the Gambia Police Force, the night patrols are meant to deter criminals and curb crime, to enhance public safety and foster peace in our communities. The PRO of the Gambia Police Force, Cadet ASP Modu Musa Sisawo, outlined patrol procedures and the importance of police visibility in communities.
Women patrol across the nation. This has been happening, but of recent it has been intensified because nationwide, during the day and in the night, we have what we call patrol ongoing for the police to be closer to the public, because it's only when we are closer we are able to interact with the public, then the public trust and confidence would increase actually. But also it's going to also mitigate some of the criminal activity that will be happening within those jurisdictions where police officers are, because many times when criminals see police officers within a vicinity, it's very normal that they will understand that they don't have a chance here. And this continues in the night, and specifically during the weekend, Friday night up to Monday in the morning, that we have what we call joint security patrol, including even the military, that across the country, every region, they will come together, patrol from morning, from that night, 5 o'clock in the evening to the morning.
PRO Sisao further discussed recent crimes in Willingara and Bruford, including the assault on a female police officer.
Recently, the anti-crime unit arrested no less than 14 people at Willingara when they were on their night patrol. They had a tip-off call from an individual that there seems to be what could be called a gang fight. Additionally, we had earlier robbery, what we would define as a robbery case in Bruford Heights, and since the anti-crime unit has been investigating that, this is not the first time, and this has been part of many assault on the police officers. Physical assault, I mean. Verbal assault is almost on a daily basis. It's rather unfortunate, but fortunately, boys were able to help her out, and they were able to get hold of the driver and was taken to the mobile traffic. And the matter was taken to court. For the traffic offense, the driver been charged, sentenced for 1 month, and for the criminal element, for the assault and the threats and everything, we'll proceed with that in the criminal court of law.
The police PRO urged the public, especially apartment owners, to be vigilant and collaborate with the police.
The message is that to the public is that, especially to apartment owners, hostel owners, because most of these criminals, we've realized, they will be hiding in apartment and apartment owners. They go do their criminal activities, and at the end of the day, they go and get a motel or a hostel where they would be staying. And it's important that we want to send this message to apartment owners to take note of the people that they will be admitting in their hostels and in their apartments. This is a country, and we are serving the Gambian people, and it's only when we collaborate, when we come together as one people together, we can maintain the peace and stability that the Gambia is known for.
The Gambia Police Force, with a mandate to protect lives and property, maintain public order and safety, enforce laws, prevent and investigate crimes, say they will not relent until peace and public safety is maintained. Reporting for Qtv News, I am Lena Iiguenyiba.
Now, the National Organization for the Disabled and Orphans, NODO, with support from their partners in Denmark, presented valuable healthcare materials to Sukuta Health Center in the Kombo North. Momodo Gajaga was at the presentation, and he now reports.
The donated items by the National Organization for Disabled and Orphans, NODO, and its partners in Denmark include blood pressure machines, strollers for the disabled and old people, and bed seats. At the presentation, Lamin Mane, Chairman and Secretary General of NODO, explains.
With the partnership in Denmark, Mr. Suleiman Junkun Sawane, as partner in development, we are here to donate some medical materials to Sukuta Health Center to complement government efforts, because we believe we have a role to play to contribute our quota to the socio-economic advancement of this country. It's Gambia we have to see how best we can contribute one another to make sure that the country move. We know government is doing a lot, but we also have a role to play by complementing their effort and also to see how best we can partner with the Gambians in the Gambia and diaspora to see how best we can push the model of our health sector. In any country cannot be developed without healthy people.
Sukuta Health Center is in a strategic area and serves people from Sukuta and other communities in the West Coast region. Mariama Suare, a physician assistant at the health center, says the materials will help strengthen their service delivery.
Sukuta has been a very old health center. Just 4 years ago, I was moved into this facility. I understand that there were no doctors around. But 4 years of service in this health center, I've realized that it is an epicenter for road traffic accidents. And the number of services that we are giving and the amount of patients that we are seeing, I have worked in other hospitals like Wiam Hospital, in Banjul, in Kanifing, but I believe that the number of patients reporting in Sukuta Health Center is definitely comparable to other health facilities that I can attest to. And anybody that works here knows that. So we definitely need support, structurally, materials, and human resources.
Some of the health facilities in the country lack adequate materials and human resources. Elizabeth Bass, the officer in charge at Sukuta Health Center, says these items will help the facility in its endeavor to serve the public.
Being disabled doesn't mean you are not able. And today they have sown a seed, a step ahead, to show their patriotism, that they also can contribute in the health system of the Gambia. Mr. Mane, I must say thank you very much, and we appreciate the gift. To the eyes of the people, the gift may look so small, but to us, the staffs of Sukuta Minor Health Center, we appreciate it. These are bed seats of good quality that our own people are going to use, and we promise the association that we are going to use it into good use.
Authorities of the beneficiary health facility believe the items will complement the Health Ministry's effort to strengthen primary health care and provide better health care to Gambians. Mamudu Gajaga, Qtv News.
Well, the report there by Mamudu Gajaga takes us to news beyond our borders. Now, in the face of numerous conflicts around the world, today, the 30th of July, is International Day of Friendship, set aside to harness the idea that friendship between peoples, countries, cultures, and individuals can inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. Janaba Sonko has the details.
As conflicts increase around the world, commemorating some UN days can seem odd and out of place. According to data published in 2022, there were approximately 150 large and small conflicts globally. Before the UN made its designation, the very first World Friendship Day was proposed in 1958 by the World Friendship Crusade, an international civil society organization that campaigns to foster peaceful culture through friendship. In 2011, the UN proclaimed the International Day of Friendship with the idea that friendship between people, countries and cultures can inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. The UN wanted for the day to involve young people as future leaders in community activities that include different cultures and promote international understanding and respect for diversity. The United Nations says the world continues to face issues such as poverty, human rights abuses, and others that undermine security, development, social harmony, and peace among the people. By celebrating International Friendship Day, countries have to aim to establish strong ties of trust with each other to ensure that all these menaces are eradicated. To mark the International Day of Friendship, the UN encourages governments, international organizations, civil society groups to hold events, activities, and initiatives that contribute to the efforts of the international community towards promoting a dialogue among civilizations, solidarity, mutual understanding, and reconciliation. While these intentions are laudable, the aims of the International Day of Friendship seem even harder to attain. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
Happy International Friendship Day to everyone out there. Well, I am afraid that is all we got time for, but before we take a leave of you, here is the headlines. The National Environment Agency, NEA, and partners on Tuesday blatantly commemorated World Environment Day to raise awareness and action to protect the environment. At the World Day Against Human Trafficking commemoration today, Tuesday, stakeholders renewed their commitment and intensified calls for more support for victims of human trafficking. The Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, on Monday held a press conference to announce the launch of its advanced travel smart card, the Tamo card. The Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force, Cadet ASP Modu Musa Sisaho, provided an update about the recent arrest of suspects during night community patrols and an assault on a police officer by a van driver. In international news, in the face of numerous conflicts around the world, today the 30th of July is International Day of Friendship, set aside to inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of The Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.